Are you ready to set goals that never move? I mean, goals that stay fixed no matter what your distractions are, what kind of fears you have, or what kind of temptations come your way. If your answer is yes, then you are in the right place. Because in this session, I'm going to introduce you to some powerful goal setting principles inspired by two of the sharpest thinkers of our time, as I said in the previous video. And that is Simon Sinek and Morgan Housel. These two legends here have mastered the art of clarity and confidence in decision making, in goal setting, and in long term thinking. And today, I'm not just sharing their insights with you, I want to transfer their clarity and confidence to you. I have curated these insights for you so that you can be the cut above the rest. You're not going to set goals like an average person from now on. You are going to set goals with a lot of clarity, lot of confidence and purpose. And you'll think differently about goals, not just financial goals, but every goal in life. Yes, let's begin with an insightful clip from Morgan Housel about social comparison. We all know that money is never just about numbers, it's deeply tied to our emotions, perceptions, and more importantly, social comparisons. And one of the biggest traps we fall into is FOMO, the fear of missing out. We often judge our financial success not based on our own needs, own goals, or own progress, but by comparing ourselves to others. A friend buys a luxury car, we feel behind, right? Someone posts about a lavish vacation on social media, we wonder if you're doing great in our life, what kind of life we are living. Yes, a colleague invests in the latest trend and he shares it with you, we fear missing out on the trend. But is this a rational way to look at money? Morgan Housel here brilliantly explains how social comparison fuels FOMO and why it makes us feel like we are always falling behind, even when you're actually doing really well in life. So let's watch the clip now by Morgan Housel.
I think what's true is that there is no such thing as an objective measure of wealth. There's no such thing as once you have X dollars, then you're wealthy. That has never and will never exist because all wealth is just relative to somebody else. It's just what do I have relative to that guy? What do I have relative to her house? That's all it is. It's just relative to other people. So we're fortunate. It is a great thing that we live in a world that tends to, most of the time, get wealthier and more productive and better technologies, better health. That tends to be the case. Well, because of that, it automatically pushes people into have a shifting goalpost because it's easy today to say, once I have $1 million, $10 million, whatever it is, then I'll be happy. And then you get to that level, but then you just start comparing yourself to people who have $2 million or $20 million, and you just keep going down. One extreme example of this that I used in the book are professional athletes, where the minimum wage in Major League Baseball is, I think, around 750,000. It's in that zone. That's the minimum wage for a player in the MLB. By any metric, that is wealthy. If you compare that to the rest of the nation, or certainly the rest of the world, that is like unbelievable success. You are so wealthy. I guarantee you, not a single MLB player making the minimum wage feels wealthy because they're on a team with somebody who makes $25 million a year. And there's people in the league who are making $50 million a year. It's all just relative to who is around you. And that has always been true, that you are just comparing yourself to your peers. Social media makes it a million times more powerful and potent than it's ever been because now you are comparing yourself not to your neighbors and your coworkers. You're comparing yourself to an algorithm that is so effective at generating FOMO and making you feel inadequate. And every time you open up Instagram, he's wealthier, she's prettier, he's happier, he's more successful. That's all it does. That's like by design what it makes you want to do. Like what's going to get the most attention out of you is FOMO. And when you open up and say, like, someone is more beautiful than you, someone's more richer than you, someone lives in a better house than you, that's what keeps you scrolling on the device and gets your dopamine flowing. And so it's more potent today than it's ever been to be doing very well, objectively be doing very well, and feel like you're not doing very well at all. I think that is at least one of the elements that's going on today. There's a lot of different elements today. I'm not saying this is the only reason for this, but it is statistically true that the economy is very strong today. The stock market is at an all-time high. Unemployment is near a 50-year low. There's a lot of things where it's like, this is really, really good. And people do not feel it at all. And again, there's a lot of reasons for that. There's many reasons, but at least I think at least one of the reasons that's playing a part here is that we are now seeing for the first time in modern history what happens when everyone in the world is comparing themselves not to their neighbors, but to the social media algorithm. And no matter how well you're doing, how well off you are, how much your income is rising or your 401k is booming, you feel worse off because 1,000 times a day you open up your phone and there's someone who is doing better than you, or at least that's the appearance.
That was an eye opener, right? The truth is, even if we are financially secure, progressing in life, and making very good decisions, smart decisions, we still feel inferior because we are constantly comparing ourselves with others. But here's the thing, you need to accept the fact that social comparison can never be removed entirely. But what we can do is we can be more aware of it and reduce its negative impact. Yes, in the next video, we will dive into how to reduce social comparison and, most importantly, how to define success on your own terms. Because real financial success isn't about comparing with others or beating others, it's about achieving what truly matters to you. Yes, saying this, I will see you in the next video.